Hola, it's Sunday, and after a nice 4-day weekend, I'm having another little, I wouldn't call it a meltdown or breakdown. It's just like I'm super annoyed. And yeah, I already said something that like you probably shouldn't say out loud, but whatever. Anyways, I just got frustrated because I feel like when I first got here, this bro tried to warn me like how overwhelming it was to be one of the few girls in my office on this base, like in this city, kind of like one of the few single ones as well. It's like it doesn't really matter to a lot of people, married or not. They like don't give a fuck. So there's like no regard for like commitment or whatever. That's fine. But then there's no fucking regard for anything, you know? Even I'm surprised I haven't been assaulted yet, but I guess there's like always a lot of witnesses around here. So maybe that's why. That's really sad that I'm surprised I haven't, but it's more so just because the amount of like, I don't know. It's just like I just get so much attention sometimes that I'm like, I don't know why I'm fucking surprised. Sometimes, like, honestly, like, I already knew with this job there wouldn't be that many females or whatever. But the amount of, like, surveillance is fucking bizarre. Like, straight up. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, this guy, okay, every time this one guy calls me from work, I like flinch a little bit because there's just a chance it might be work related, right? But literally 100% of the time that this guy has called me, it has not been work related. So it's like weird. I feel like every time someone does something here, I like, how do I say this? I take their bluff and go with it, and they fucking fail. Or like what I used to say about my friends is like, I gave them a test, which is so bad, like psychologically. But yeah, it's like I gave them a test and they fucking failed it, and that's happened like so many times. Like I'm still dealing with the fact that this girl here, like I kept mentioning something I wanted, and then like she literally like went out and sought that thing. And that has to be the top, like, craziest one. Like, I think I know why I'm reacting this way. Because of the little hints of surveillance people are giving me. This guy is basically, like, white-mailing me. Like, he'll say, like, basically, I'll expose you. And the guy I'm hooking up with, we're not supposed to really hook up at work. It's just, like, bad. So he basically is like, oh, I'm just giving you like advice, like just be careful like what you do. And I'm like, who says that? But then like it wouldn't be a conflict of interest if I didn't have someone else on the other side of that person saying like, oh, I have that guy who's white mailing me says, that guy claims he has a huge crush on me. But like I haven't heard that guy has a huge crush on me because I'm like funny or like smart or like anything. I literally just hear he has a huge crush on me because he likes black girls. So the level of creepy was already here. The level of like he's basically threatening me that he could say something, but out of the goodness of his heart he's not gonna say anything. But then like in that same conversation he's like talking about, oh, you smell nice. So like the level of creepy like still goes up. Then it's like I hear from left, right, up, down that this guy is like obsessed with me, but because he likes black girls, which like ups the level of creep. And then the worst part is it took me watching fucking Claws of all shows, watching Claws and like looking up shit online that made me realize, like, I think someone actually, like, I mean, potentially could have, like, tried to kill me. And I feel like that's why, like, I'm talking about one of my exes, that's why I feel like I had, like, a fucking fight or flight response today. And this guy literally called me, like, this is, like, so psychotic. He makes up a story or a reason to call me when I don't answer my door. So, like, I wasn't in my room, so I didn't answer the door. So he, like, makes up a reason to call me. And then I have to do, like, my own investigating to find out why the fuck he's calling me. Because it never has anything to do with work. But it's insane because it's just, like, he just makes shit up to call me. Like, oh, my shoe's untied. Like, obviously that's an exaggeration, but, like, he's come, like, not, like, he's genuinely showing me signs of being a stalker, but it's, like, weird because it's, like, I don't know where his attention is at the rest of the time. Like, at one point there was, like, a new girl, and I was like, thank God, like, he can, like, put his attention on her. But then he got exposed because then they were saying, like, oh, I think she's a lesbian, and then, like, all of a sudden his story, like, changed. Like, he was, like, boasting about, like, how he was doing everything for this girl and all this weird, like, shit. But, like, I mean, putting the pieces together, like, this guy's low-key insane because he, it seems like every time there's, like, a guy, like, involved, like, with me, like, he just goes left. But it always seems to be, like, just, how to describe it, like, the obsession is, like, scary. Like, it's so weird because it's, like, if I don't see him for a while, everything's fine, everything's good. But then as soon as I see him, he's, like, on some fucking shit that I cannot explain. Like, all he does, like, half the time at work, he complains that, like, I don't know how to do my job yet. I just got here, like, a few months ago. I can't, like, know everything you know after being here a year. So, you know, he's just complaining, like, you need to, like, learn faster. And it's, like, all I do, every time they say we need to study or work on our shit, like, I'm working on my shit. What the fuck else do you want me to do? So, you know, so there's that going on, and then I'm just like, what the fuck is that? Let me see what time it is. It's not as late as I thought. Thank God. Okay. But yeah, so it's just a fucking load of shit. And, like, I'm trying to think of that example that I could not think of before. But this is, like, okay, so there's when I went on a date. I hope I vlogged that when I went on a date, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. But I don't know if I mentioned that after that date, like, rumors, like, spread about me that he came to my room. Funny enough, nothing happened. Like, nothing. The funniest thing ever is, like, when nothing happens, like, rumors are spread, and then when stuff happens, like, no one cares. Except now, it doesn't matter whether things happen or not. They just, like, spread rumors either way. So, yeah, because it's just, now I'm hysterical. Because it's just so fucking ridiculous. But, yeah, so first, like, they were spreading this rumor that, oh, I went on this date, and then this guy that I'm talking about, like, creepy one, he was saying that some guy from the building next door saw me with this guy. But then it's like, I had the stalker girl here, Becky, like, fucking, she saw me at the restaurant, I guess. Either she saw me or, like, the other guy that I actually did see was down there, said something. But either way, how did they know who I was meeting up with? Because no one saw me there. Like, there's no one who could connect the two stories together. Like, him coming to my room and me at the restaurant. Like, it's impossible. Like, I guess they could have put it together, but there's no way, because they specifically said you met with a German guy downtown and ditched her. So, like, who the I don't know. Listen. But something's gotta be done about that shit, because I'm just fucking done with it. And then it's like, I don't even know what I was gonna do when I was like confronting this guy, because I just don't want to deal with it. It's like, it just seems like either way, the obsession is just real. Like, it's scary. It's like an obsession like with guys, but it's also an obsession with that one girl. The rest of the girls here are perfectly fine, minding their own business. But Becky literally she became obsessed with me because I guess she wanted a friend. She also white-mailed me, or what am I changing? She black female me. What do I call it? Married black female instead of single white female, married black female. She literally tried to fucking, what's that other word I want to use? She tried to like extort me, basically. Like, it's just been a lot. Like, it's just drama like all the time from people who are just bored or something and they want to mess with me, and they all think I'm a certain way, and I guess I'm just fucking not, or something. But the craziest part is, like, people only know like half the story, because they don't know the extent to which this bitch did shit just so I would stay friends with her. She was so desperate for me to stay friends with her. She did all this shit, and then finally, like, she got mad that I stood up for myself, and she continually gets mad every time I stand up for myself. She essentially threatens me. And then we have this other guy who's like obsessed with disrespecting me. This is the guy who's like making up shit and like calls me and like always randomly asks me for stuff, and like he just has his own problems. Like, I don't understand. Like, I honestly want to believe he's not specifically stalking me. He just doesn't have a life, and like chooses to like go for the closest like vagina or something, like to try to like do things. It's like so weird. He's like super disrespectful. And but then, like, for example, I was like, oh, he called me, and then he started to like change his story. It's like weird. Like, I guess if they get embarrassed like a little bit, like my stalker was embarrassed all the way up until I mean, I don't think he was really embarrassed, but he finally stopped like once the restraining order was like done. So it's like, but he was dodging getting served for months. So it's like weird. Like, so basically, like, when he actually got served, like, he kind of chose to get served. So I'm not sure like what the fuck was going on. And then like in court, he basically was like, said he was still in love with me, kind of. So maybe that's why he came to the court. But regardless, like, he didn't end up actually showing up, which is good, or actually messaging me anymore after that. That like ended. But now it's nothing has really come close to that, but I just keep having to deal with like weird ass shit, and like I freak out because it's almost like I'm not allowed to have like privacy or like my own life or like be respected. And sometimes it's hard to like keep fucking fighting just for like somebody to like respect you like they should, because guess what? I respect everybody I meet. I give them a chance. I give them several chances. Just like I told someone else, I literally have given like Becky, I gave her like at least 12 chances, and she fucked up all of them. And this is as a friend. Then I have other people who are trying to like be suitors, like the other guy who's saying like his claim to fame is he likes black girls. What the fuck does that have to do with me? I'm way more than that. So go fetishize someone else. Like, I don't know why that shit is supposed to be attractive. they're like, oh, he really likes black girls. I'm like, and I really like to make money and go the fuck to sleep. Like, I don't know why I have to be included in other people's psychotic mess. Like, I want to be a therapist, like, later in life, like, after I've, like, lived a little bit, and I don't want to be, like, going crazy off of, like, the stories people tell me right now. That's why I don't want to be a therapist or a chaplain right now. But I'm really trying to learn about people, and I think I'm learning a little bit too much. Like, it's getting a little bit too close to home, because some of the stuff, like, people are doing is, like, triggering me, and, you know, I was doing so well this past week. Like, I'm still proud of it. And to end this little rant on a positive note, I'm just gonna say that, like, every time, like, I'm about to, like, really break down, like, really lose it, like, it seems like two or, like, three things happen. Like, the first one is that someone actually, like, always reaches out. So, like, this week, every time I really, really, really was about to break down, I got, like, a knock on my door. Like, literally, one of my friends knocked on my door and was like, let's go somewhere. Let's go eat. Let's go to the gym. Like, whatever. That is one of the most helpful. Like, I'm blessed to have just that. Like, it's happened, like, more than enough times, like, with different people here, but mostly, like, that good friend, that, it's really a blessing. I'll just, like, keep it like that. Funny part, not to go back to the negative, but funny part, things like that, like, just going to the gym with that guy, other guy starts a rumor about us. I'm like, okay, that's a side note. Anyway, second awesome thing. It seems like I have a friend from somewhere else who reaches out. So that's literally a friend in person who's close to me. So then the second one is I have a friend who reaches out. My friend called me on Instagram Live. So it's like weird. So it's like I feel connected physically in person to someone, then I feel connected, like, digitally, someone else who I feel close to, but I cannot see them physically. And then I have, like, my other two best friends who I actually told them if we could have a phone call. To be honest, it wasn't that great, because one of my friends is just, like, distant, and I'm trying to figure that out. But yeah, so I have the virtual people, and then the third one is, like, family, and, like, people just messaging me. So, like, this week is the first time I posted, like, an actual picture, like, kind of showing, like, oh, I'm in Germany, like, whatever. And one of my friends had said she likes the scenery, so I, like, finally posted, like, some scenery, and then, like, the group message, and then I got, like, so many, like, nice comments and stuff just in general. But then I also got, like, my friend who hit me up, and I met him in Korea. We had all this, like, drama and stuff, but really nice guy. Met him in Korea. He lives here an hour away, and I didn't know that until, like, I had posted that picture. He messaged me and said, do you live in Germany too? Turns out, like, like, we have so much in common or whatever, and, like, it was just, like, that simple message, like, took me from here to, like, and then I have, like, my friends who commented, like, friends who commented. So once again, like, the last 2 out of 3 are digital, but it's not so much about the fact that, like, they went on Facebook or they went wherever. It's the fact that, like, they are, like, rooting for me. It's so weird. Like, I literally had a friend, like, message me, like, I'm so proud of you, like, my old roommate, and, like, that is the shit that keeps me going, that, like, gives me hope, and, like, that really touched me. Like, I didn't even know I needed that until, like, she said that, to just keep going, like, and, like, there's a lot of people, like, her, like, other people they know, like, everything I've been through, at least in work, and they know, like, I've had so many breakdowns, like, last year, and fact that like they've seen me like basically like dead, like at my worst, like no motivation whatsoever, like monotone, just crazy, like worse. And then like to go from that to like so like happy and like I have like friends and like I wish I really did have a video of like how just distraught. Like I never want to film like when I'm distraught and stuff. But like it was just so bad. Like so bad. Like I'm surprised. I'm very surprised that I did not get fired at that time, but it's just not that kind of job. Like they need you even if you fucking like hate this place or whatever. But it's crazy. Like then I read like messages that's like friends are like, I'm so jealous, and I'm like, are you crazy? Like you seem like me like want to give up on everything, and like for them to come back with a message like, I'm proud of you, I miss you, like this is amazing, like what you're doing is all this. It's like, man, I can't mess up now. Like I have all these people who like have seen me go from 0 to 100. Like I feel like every time like I'm about to like fuck shit up or like mess stuff up, I have like a whole like stadium of people behind me, like friends and family who are like, oh my god, like every time I remember something like something bad, I have to remember that there was people there, like there was good people, like there was somebody. I think even like the worst times there was always like somebody rooting for me, and I just need to remember that when times are hard, like there was always somebody. And even I believe like shit was over, like this job was over, like I wasn't gonna like be the same. But I mean, starting this year, like I'm not the same, but I'm learning a lot. That's all I can really say about that. Like this rant is whatever, but like it just reminded me that what my mom always tells me is like, this is not your only option. There's so much more that you can do, and you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do, and you don't have to do anything for anyone else, and you just do you. Like all those like put together is, I think, what keeps me going. But anyways, overall it was like a good weekend. I just like got in a weird vibe right now where like I went to like the stalker place and I didn't realize that was still bothering me. The other thing I'm grateful for is that this year I think I finally have accepted that if I do need help, like therapeutically, spiritually, like I should just go and get it. All the times where I like really, really needed like the help, like I did not go, and like I know what was in my head at that point. So just like I know because it takes a lot. But one of my best friends goes to a therapist regularly, and she has inspired me just to, I mean, right now, because I haven't done it yet, I'm gonna say she's inspired me to be open to the idea. So whenever I get to that point, it will be an exciting revelation. But like I said, I've been avoiding therapy because I want to be a therapist later, and I don't know, I guess I want to be able to understand, like empathize with the most feelings I can. It's kind of weird. I'm always like an all or nothing. Like when I like clean, I like have to clean everything like at that moment, instead of just cleaning something once and then the next day cleaning something else. I always try to clean it like at once. So it's like the same thing, like instead of just like feeling something a little bit and then like figuring it out, it's like I want to feel like everything like this whole time, and then then get to it later, which is probably not ideal, but like whatever. Anyways, so those are my thoughts right now, and ironically enough, or coincidentally, I'm about to clean my room. But yeah, I'm glad I ended on a positive note because, girl, no. But yeah, I'm gonna clean up my room, and I'm doing laundry right now. But yeah, that's what's going on. Bye.